This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. You like my tease there? I'm in the tropical shirt because I want you to know that, you know, summer isn't necessarily over. In fact, I look at the next month, and the way I see it is probably out of the next month, we'll have 2 weeks of summery days. 90 degrees? Probably not, but a lot of 80s still on the way. Hey, Steve Swanson, good morning. Yes, this is some great weather. Good morning, Tim Hall and Linda Sofer from LaSalle saying good morning, and Margaret Winnie from lovely Benzonia. Nice little spot there. All right, let's get to her. Maybe. Just a second. All right, so what we have going on is we do have clouds encroaching, and we are going to get into a cloudy, somewhat unsettled time period coming up over the next 48 hours, let's say. So you see the clouds in Minnesota, but you also see clouds, and there are a few showers in northeast lower Michigan right now. Radar shows that. But here's what I want to show you. We have two models that are both indicating a flare-up of some thunderstorms this afternoon in northeast lower, in through the Saginaw Valley area, into the Thumb. So that's where I think we'll see some showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon. So we're going to look at two models. They're a little bit different, but you got to admit they're fairly close on how they amazingly kind of blow up some thunderstorms in a particular region. So first we start off with the high resolution rapid refresh. Ron Heffelbauer, how's Friday night for Pine Knob concert? Friday night looks fantastic. Looks like it'll cool down a little bit. You might start even having to think about, do you take the sweatshirt with you? So here's the radar forecast for today. 1 in the afternoon, 2, 3, 4. Dry through the afternoon, 5, 6, 7. 7 o'clock, it starts to develop something over Saginaw Bay. 8, 9, 10, 11, midnight. So what it wants to do is flare up in the evening hours a clump of thunderstorms over the northeast, over Tawas and Standish and into Bay City, and then move it into the Thumb and off to the east. And you can see the main area of rain that we'll be getting some scattered showers and thunderstorms with tomorrow and tomorrow night off to our west. Hey, good morning, Tim Vander Veen from Grand Rapids. You have yourself a great day too. Okay, so that was the high resolution rapid refresh. And now this is the NAM. This is the second best model, and it goes out farther so we can see both this afternoon's flare up and tonight's. Now it flares the storms up. This is 4 o'clock. It flares them up around Houghton Lake to Tawas, 6 o'clock. Tawas to the Clare area maybe, and then dips them southeast into the Bay City, Saginaw area, and the Thumb, and then off by midnight. So it's the same kind of scenario. We just don't know if it'll be hitting Saginaw. Probably not into the Saginaw area wholeheartedly. Probably not into Flint, but definitely into Tawas, Standish, and the Thumb. So then we go into tomorrow morning, and you get showers across the tip of the mid and the eastern UP. And we go to afternoon, noontime, and you maybe get showers entering the southwest part of the state and maybe toward Lansing. And then we go to 2 and 3 and 4 tomorrow afternoon, and 5. So we could get a little bit showery on the east side of the state in the afternoon. Not much for Ann Arbor and Detroit until we get to Thursday night. This is 11 o'clock at night. This is midnight. Okay, and then this is 1 Friday morning, 2 and 3 and 4, and by 8 or 9 o'clock, it's done. So just kind of backing it up for you. Areas of showers with an embedded thunderstorm or two moving across the state basically from Thursday afternoon to early Friday morning. Now, we head on into the extended. We've got a holiday weekend coming up. I'm going to write more about that here in just a few minutes on MLive. Here's your European model. And this is the Thursday afternoon, Thursday overnight, early Friday morning showers and thunderstorms, and then shifts to the south. Somebody asked about a concert Friday night. There you go. Should be cooler, less humid too. Saturday looks fantastic. Sunday looks fantastic. And see, that's why I want to get the point across. There will be some 80s once again, maybe flirting with 90 in the south. Don't go around. Some of my friends, even some family members, I won't mention their names. Oh, summer's over. Remember, the biggest climate trend that we have past decade or a little more, warmer than normal falls. I had to remind some of my friends that 4 or 5 years back, it's not going to be the case this time, but Labor Day and after for a week, we had 95-degree plus readings for 4 or 5 days, the hottest September week ever. I don't see that in the offing, but I do see a lot of 75 to 85-degree weather. So don't move the tropical shirts to the back of the closet just yet, please. Please. Donna Wood, crim weather, please. Sorry, I'm not a runner. Let me know. Please tell me when the crim is. I can't follow all these. If it's this afternoon or it's this weekend, it looks gorgeous for you. Now, the next rain would be next Monday. So the next cold front comes through Monday. And there's something I do want to show you. Remember, these red squiggly lines are temperatures aloft at about 5,000 feet. I use those to just gauge if it's a warm pattern, a medium pattern, or a cold pattern. And next Tuesday is warm at a plus 18. But notice up to the north. Look up north of Michigan by the time we get to the middle of next week. And you're starting to see the 0 and the -1 and the -2. Now, that doesn't mean the winter's just marching right on in abnormally October 1st. That's pretty normal up there, but it just shows you that the cooler air, the colder air of fall is starting to build. And usually what happens is it comes down toward the north side of Lake Superior, like we're at September 1st here, like it's going to do, and then it shifts back north and we get into a warm spell once again. And it takes another 7 to 10 days for that cold air to come down. So we've got 3 or 4 rounds of cold fronts before we even start to really think about feeling true fallish type weather. This is next Friday. And if that's true and it leads us into Labor Day weekend, we're going to have ourselves a mighty fine weekend. Okay, crim is early Saturday. Okay, so we'll get to that here in just a second. So we know it's dry. We know it's comfortable. This is today's highs in the 80s in a lot of places. 80s tomorrow in the southern half of the state. And then Friday, about 75 to 80 in a lot of the populated places. Some of the spots will be a little cooler at 70. Saturday, near 80 degrees, even Traverse City. Sunday, look at that, 80 to 85. Whoa, I thought summer was over. I thought we were all going to cry. Summer's not over. Just relax. Get out the tropical shirts. Enjoy it while it lasts because it will be over at some point. Monday, maybe near 90 in Ann Arbor and in the southeast part of the thumb. But otherwise, temperatures in the 80s. Tuesday, flirting with upper 80s to near 90. Widespread. Wednesday. Next Wednesday, still 80-ish in Grand Rapids and southward. And then next Thursday, 60s and 70s. And next Friday, upper 60s to near 70. And then, the magical formula in a pattern like this is you're 5 degrees warmer the next day, you're 5 degrees warmer the next day, maybe a couple of degrees warmer the next day. So that would put us at, 73-ish a lot of places on Saturday of Labor Day weekend, and then probably upper 70s on Sunday, and probably 80 on Labor Day if there's not a cold front coming through at that point. So, in other words, we've got some really nice weather to look forward to, and we have a couple of shots of rain in there, mostly Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and then again on Monday. And for those of you around Tawas, Standish, Gladwin, Bay City, east side of Saginaw and the Thumb, you could get a clump of thunderstorms developing this afternoon overhead and moving through this evening. So there we go. There's your MLive morning weather update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'll continue to update you on the weather. That's one good thing about my job security, because weather never ends. The inventory doesn't get built up and we get laid off because there's too much weather. All that good stuff never ends. Just like milking dairy cows, I guess. Take care. Although a lot easier. Sorry if there's any dairy farmers. I'll admit, weather forecasting is not as dirty and as cold and as hot and as wet as what you go through. So take care. I'll see you back here tomorrow.